Hi, my name is Catherine Drummond of Gingerbread Girl Designs, and in this lesson I'm going to teach you how to make a two-color twisted cord. And the nice thing about making your own twisted cord to trim ornaments and pillows and other things is that you can get exactly the colors that you want, and you can even use the threads that you've used in your needlework project to make for a really good match. So you're going to need a few things for this. First of all, you need something that you're going to make twisted cord for. And I'm going to make some twisted cord for this ornament right here. And I'm going to use these threads. This is a number 8 pearl cotton, which I really like for twisted cord. And this is a Krennic braid. It's a number 12 braid. And this is color 002, which is a gold. You're also going to need a hook on a block, and you can easily make one of these. All you need is a little block of wood. You don't want it to be too thick, and a cup hook. And you can buy wooden shapes at a craft store, and you can buy cup hooks at any hardware store. So that's really easy to make. If you want to make cord right now and you don't have those things, you can also just use tape, and I'll tell you when to use that. If you do have a block like this, then you'll need some kind of a clamp to clamp it down. And there's a couple different kinds. This kind is really good. It's really secure, but you need a lot of hand strength for it. So if you don't have a lot of hand strength, then you might want to get one more like this, which is also really good, but you don't need a lot of hand strength for it. So I'll show both of those as well. Then you'll need a weight, and I like to use this fishing weight because it's really easy to slip off. If you don't have a fishing weight, you can also just use a set of keys as long as they have a split ring on them. And the other thing you're going to need is something to twist with, and I really like this. It's called a spinster, and it's available at a lot of needlework stores. If you don't have one of these, you can use just a pen or a pencil. So you can go, high tech, or you can go super low tech. The other thing that I've heard of is using a drill and a cup hook. So you can put the cup hook into the drill chuck and use a drill for the twisting part. I haven't tried that, but it sounds like if you were going to make a lot of cord, it might be the way to go. So what you want to do first is you want to measure how much cord you're actually going to need. So this ornament is a little more than 3 inches, so we're going to call it 3.5 by 2 inches. So that makes 5.5 inches, and if you double that to get the distance all the way around, that's 11 inches. Now I also want to have a tie at the top, so we're going to add about 8 inches for that. And I will also be making a knot, so we'll add another 6 inches for that. So what was that? 11 plus 8 is 19, plus 6 is 25. So we want to make 25 inches of cord. Now, I overestimated a little bit, if you'll notice. I would rather overestimate a little bit and have a little bit left over than underestimate and find myself a little bit short and then have to start all over again. So that's my preferred way to go. So we want to make 25 inches of twisted cord. In order to do that, we're going to need our threads, and what you want to do is you want to multiply that amount, that 25, by 3, and you're going to cut pieces of your two kinds of thread in that length. 25 times 3 is 75 inches. So the first thing you want to do before you cut anything is determine how many threads, how many of each type of thread you want to have for your twisted cord. And this is a little bit of experience, but one way that I have of estimating is to just try different amounts of thread. And I'll take, say, or I'm going to guess maybe that I want 4 of the pearl cotton and 2 of the gold braid, and then just twist them up together and this is sort of an approximation of what the cord will look like, and lay that along the side of your ornament to see if that's sort of the weight that you want. And I think maybe that I would like a little bit more of the pearl cotton, so I'm going to double that and try 8 pieces. So 8 pieces and 2 of the gold. And my opinion of what I would like might be different than your opinion of what you would like, but I like that. 8 pieces of the pearl cotton, and actually I think I'd like to see what a little bit more of the gold looks like. So just that together. So I have 8 of the pearl cotton and 4 of the gold, and that's actually a little bit nicer. There's a little bit more gold in that, and I like the sparkle of the gold. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, I said 8 pieces of the pearl cotton, but we're going to fold each piece in half. So I'm actually going to cut 4, not 8. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces of pearl cotton that are 75 inches long, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces of the number 12 braid that are 75 inches long, and that's going to give us the numbers that we want, 8 of the pearl cotton and 4 of the number 12 braid. Okay, I've determined that I would like to use 4 pieces of number 8 pearl cotton and 2 pieces of the number 12 braid to make my twisted cord today. So I have cut 4 pieces 75 inches long of number 8 pearl cotton, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold them in half and then tie all of the ends together. And just use an overhand knot and make sure it's nice and tight. You don't want it to come apart. Okay, so now you have a big loop of thread. Then I have 2 pieces of the number 12 braid, and I'm going to slip that through the loop of thread that I made. And then tie all the ends together. So now I have 2 loops of thread that are connected. So I usually find this a little bit easier, especially with a piece this long, to stand up for this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hook here and I'm going to clamp it down to the table. And I might be out of frame for a sec. But that is clamped down to the table, and it needs to be far enough away so that I can keep this thread taut all the time. So I'm going to need to move that just a little further away. So if you're going the low-tech way, you'll be taping the end of your thread to a table or a counter, and you want to make sure that you tape it really, really well. Or you can tie it to a doorknob or a drawer handle, as long as you're not going to pull the drawer handle out. But you want to make sure that you can keep the thread tight at all times. So then you're going to take your spinning instrument, and I'm going to use this spinster, and you slide it in here, and you're just going to start turning, and you want to turn a lot. If you don't have a spinster like this, then you'll just use a pen, and I'll show you how that goes. You put the pen in the loop instead of the spinster, and you hold the thread here and you just twirl the pen. And I've made a lot of cords this way. It works really well, but I really do like my spinster, so I'm going to use my spinster. So keep twirling, and you probably want to twirl it more than you think that you're going to. You'll start to feel it pull you forwards because as you twirl it, the threads are actually getting shorter because they're twisting up. So you want to feel it pull you forwards. And then you can check to see how tight it is. And you'll get a feel for how tight you like your twisted cord. I actually like mine to be really quite tight. Keep an eye on the thread. If you see it start to kink up, then you've gone a little bit too far. Okay, I think that's just pretty good there. So now you'll take your weight, and this is my fishing weight. And the thing I like about it is that it's just on a hook, so it's really easy to remove. If you've used a pen for this part, you can also use the set of keys, like I said, and you just slide it over the pen, and you have to be careful that you don't let go of your threads. But slide the split ring right to the middle where the two threads meet. And it's important to have a split ring so that you can then take them off. So then you want to keep your threads tight all the time, because as soon as you let go of them, they're going to start to twist up on you. And you want to bring one end to meet the other one. Slide it off the hook, which you can't see, and then you're still keeping your threads tight all the time. And you gently let go of the weight. You don't want to let go of it really fast because it'll really start to twist up quite quickly. There you see it's twisting up. And then once it's done that, you can take the weight away. And then you can just tie a knot at this end, and you need to tie that knot because as soon as you let go of those threads, they're going to start to untwist. And there you have a beautiful twisted cord that perfectly matches my needlework project. I hope that this lesson is useful to you and that you can make beautiful twisted cords to go with all of your needlework projects. Thanks for watching.